Hello everyone. This video will introduce you to some of the tools you'll use as a seminary teacher to help administer the program of seminary. Being called to teach seminary means you're also called to be a leader in seminary, and as part of that leadership is administering seminary appropriately. That includes things like marking attendance daily, helping students to mark their reading, recording students' participation in the learning assessment, monitoring student credit to help them earn credit for a term, then for a year, and if they're seniors for their career in seminary so that they can graduate into institute. And it also includes reading weekly announcements and training helps that I provide, attending training conferences and other opportunities. So I want to show you the websites you'll use to do those things. First, the one that you'll use on a daily basis is a website called WISE. To get to it, you go to WISE or WISE the number 2.churchofjesuschrist.org. Either website, either address will take you to the same place. So once you go there, it'll prompt you to log in like it does with any church website. And once you do that, you'll be taken to a page that looks probably like this or something like this. You'll see at the top your class and then some buttons here that'll take you to different places. Now, if for some reason you don't see a page that looks like this, there's two solutions. Number one, you might see a page that looks like this. And if so, it just means you haven't yet selected the filters you need to be able to see your class. And if that's the case, on this left-hand side, just make sure that where the globe icon is, you have North America, Northeast area selected. Where the target icon is, you have Maine Central Region selected. Where the next target icon is, you have Philadelphia, PA Coordinator selected. And where the church icon is, you have your stake selected. Once you've done that, you should see a page that looks like this. The second reason you might not see a class is if your class has not yet been set up in WISE. In order to set up your class in WISE, you need to complete the teacher survey, and then Brother Long, our administrative assistant, will populate your class with the calendar and with the students, and then the class will show up in WISE for you. So if you're watching this video in the summer and you don't see your class, make sure you've completed the teacher survey, and then just be patient until your class shows up. But even if it doesn't show up, you can still view this training, and it'll help you get ready for the workshop that we'll do as part of our new teacher training. And then when your class does show up, you can go back and make sure you use these pages. So what you're going to do, I'm actually going to select a different program here. We're going to do this one. Is at the top of the page, you're going to select your class. And when you select your class, you'll be taken to this summary tab where you'll see all of your students on the left-hand side. And then you'll see a column that says student status. And in that column, if a student is missing something that's blocking them from earning credit for that term, you'll see a little symbol next to their name. And if you hover over the symbol, it'll tell you what it is that they're missing. The student has to make up at least one absence, for example. You'll also see a column that has today's attendance. If you're logging in on the day that you're teaching seminary, so I taught seminary this morning and now I'm logging in the afternoon, you'll see today's attendance, and you can actually mark students' attendance for that day. I would encourage you to mark attendance actually using the attendance tab. It makes it a little bit more streamlined. So to do that, you just click on the attendance tab, and you'll see in the middle here all of your students. Under each student, you'll see a percentage, that is the percentage of days that they have attended seminary. On the left-hand side, you'll see all of the days of seminary available this term. And what you'll do is you'll select the day for which you want to mark attendance. Over here on the top right corner, you'll select either present or absent or tardy. And then you'll just click next to each student to mark them present or absent or tardy. You do have to make sure that you mark something for every single student. And once you've done that, you'll see a little green check mark appear next to that next to that date. If you don't see a green check mark, just click on that date. Make sure that you mark attendance for each student on that day. If you need to adjust an individual student's attendance, you can click on that student's name, and you can see right here the calendar and all of the days of seminary for that student and whether they were present or absent or tardy. To change anything, again, you just click on this button up here, select present or absent or tardy. Or, for example, if they've made up an absence or made up a tardy, you can select one of those and then just click on the date to change it. You can also adjust a student's individual reading or see a student's progress towards credit using this screen as well. I'm going to show you how to do that using a different screen, but it's here on this student screen as well, the student pop-out screen. Every single day that you teach seminary, please log into WISE and record attendance for that day. At the end of each week, Brother Long and I get an attendance audit, and it shows any teachers that haven't marked attendance recently. And if your name shows up on the audit, then you get an email from Brother Long, or maybe a phone call or an email from me. So please just make sure that you mark attendance. Get in the habit of logging into WISE every single day that you teach seminary. The second tab up here is the reading tab. In order for students to earn credit in seminary, they have to attend class at least 75% of the time, and they have to read the selected readings for the course, as well as participating in the learning assessment at the end of the term. We encourage students to mark their own reading by going to myseminary.churchofjesuschrist.org and using that website to mark their reading. But you can also help a student and/or mark reading for a student on this page as well. You see next to each student a little box. If the box has a check mark in it, that means that that student has completed all of the required readings. If it has a little minus in it, it means they've completed some of the readings, and if it's blank, they've completed none of the readings. If you want to adjust an individual student's reading, you just click the little arrow next to that student. It will drop down and show all of the days of reading, all of the selected readings for the term, and you can check or uncheck individual readings. The third tab that you'll use on a regular basis is the credit tab. On this tab, it shows all of the students, and then it shows this credit column, and it'll show whether or not a student is either on track or in danger, on track for earning credit that semester, or in danger of not earning credit that semester. And if you want to know why a student is in danger, you just click on the word credit, and it will show their reading percentage, their attendance percentage with a yes or no next to it, whether or not they've completed that or have met the 75% attendance requirement. And also has a column for assessment. This is the only place in WISE that you can mark student participation in assessments, and you do it by just simply selecting yes or no for a student that participated in the assessment. I encourage you to log in and check credit at least on a weekly basis. Maybe you make a habit of Fridays checking credit. If you notice that a student's attendance percentage is dropping below 75%, then you might want to have a conversation with that student or with their parents and just let them know if they need makeup work, help provide them the makeup work that they need. So that's the first website that you'll use on a daily basis, wise.churchofjesuschrist.org. The second website that you'll use on a weekly basis at least is a teacher training website that I provide. Currently, that website is found at silearn.churchofjesuschrist.org. Once you go there, it'll prompt you to log in like a church website. And when you do that, you'll see this tile right here on the dashboard that says Philadelphia Area Seminaries and Institutes of Religion Teacher Training. And you just click on the name of the course. This software is called Canvas, so sometimes you'll hear me refer to this as Canvas. But on this page, you'll see weekly announcements and then additional resources here below. Now, I might be changing this website in the near future to something different, and if so, then the format will look a little bit different. But what won't change is the fact that I will provide a weekly email or announcement that I encourage you to read. It will have in it teaching tips, teaching suggestions, and some specific lesson ideas for each of the lessons that week. It's a great resource. I'll also put in there reminders of events that we have coming up or administrative tasks that you want to make sure that you complete. So make sure that you read that announcement or that message on a weekly basis, and then use any of the other resources as needed. The third website you'll use, maybe not on a daily or weekly basis, but on a semi-regular basis, is just the church's seminary website. You get to it by going to seminary.churchofjesuschrist.org. And this will house any resources the church provides you as a seminary teacher. You don't need to log in. This is a forward-facing website. You can see right now on the home page we have President Nelson's personal invitation to attend seminary, an announcement of an upcoming broadcast, a page describing the credit requirements for seminary. There's also some helpful buttons down here that provide you additional resources like course materials, the lesson manuals for teachers, or for students, if you're providing home study or makeup work, you'll use the student manual, and some other resources that you may find helpful as well. Brothers and sisters, thank you for all that you will do this upcoming year to help students not just love and learn the gospel, but to do all that they can do to experience the full program of seminary. Those administrative responsibilities sometimes seem small, maybe menial, but they make a big difference in the life of students and in the success of our seminary program. So thank you for all that you do, and God bless you this upcoming year.